That is the time of year when people lace up their shoes and participate in races across Mid-Michigan. In the sponsored segment this morning, we welcome Shelly Hanchett from Advanced Physical Therapy Center to talk more about some running and walking tips, because no one wants to get injured, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, good to see you. Let's talk about beginners, shall we? For those beginners out there, is there a good way to maybe start running in the first place? What do they need to keep in mind?
Right, so running seems like it should be fairly intuitive. However, I recommend a couple of things. The first thing you want to do is get a good pair of shoes. Get yourself to a local running store and get a good fit for your foot. The second thing is to follow a structured training program. We have great CRIM training programs that get everybody off to a great start, but if you somehow miss that opportunity, look at some of the programs they have online, Couch to 5Ks, half marathon, and even full marathon training programs.
Makes sense. So good shoes, a support system with training. What about pain, though? I mean, it's bound to happen. Is it okay to train through pain? Some people think they're accomplishing something.
Sure. Well, that's a great question. I think it's really important to differentiate the type of pain that you're having. So when you start a running or walking program, it's very normal to be sore. So a physical therapist can help you differentiate between that normal style of soreness or pain that might be coming from an injured tissue, such as a throbbing or a sharp pain. We can help with that.
Yeah, you want to check that out. So talk a little bit more about how a physical therapist can identify those issues that are causing your pain in the first place.
So PTs will do a thorough evaluation. We're going to take a look at the painful area, but we might also look at the joints above and below where your pain is. A restricted hip or a weak hip can often contribute to knee pain.
It's all connected.
That's right. If you're having any trouble with your foot, it can lead to shin or calf pain.
Okay. Let's talk about the importance of not only warming up, but also cooling down. Give us your thoughts on that.
Sure. So for warming up, I prefer a dynamic style of warm-up. That's going to be a shorter distance, slower paced run or walk, followed by some stretches that keep you moving. If you want specifics, you can take a look at our homepage on the website. But for a cool down, similar. You're going to do a shorter distance, slower paced run walk, followed by static stretches. Those are the type of stretches that you're going to hold maybe 30 to 60 seconds, sort of the gym class style stretches for your hamstring and calf.
There you go. And then, let's talk about the best way for a runner to maybe ramp up their distance and speed if you're looking to accomplish certain goals.
Sure, great question. So typically the good rule of thumb is no more than 10% of an increase on your distance per week. So if you're running about 2 miles, you're going to go maybe 2/10 or a quarter of a mile more the following week. With respect to speed, that's something you want to do with caution. Most of these programs are going to have you doing speed maybe 20% of the time, where the remainder of the time is just a slow, steady run or walk to build your aerobic capacity.
Okay, and then just finally, any runner knows that you have a bit of a cadence or a rhythm to your run. Talk about the importance of learning your cadence and things like that.
Great. So ideally, cadence for running is going to be 175 to 180 steps per minute, and that's a lot more steps than most people think. We can do some training if we discover that that's maybe lower than ideal. Typically, this will involve training the runner to take a shorter step at a quicker pace, and that's going to actually reduce the impact to the legs during the running activity.
So much to learn, and again, Advanced Physical Therapy Center can help you out if you are feeling those aches and pains from running, and make sure that you don't have further injury. There's the information on your screen, 9 locations across our area. Again, that website, as she mentioned, advancedphysicaltherapy.com.